This is the 2024 GMC Acadia Denali. Is it better than ever? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. Carrie is behind the camera and we're here at the Chicago Auto Show for the 2024 year. Let's talk about what's changed here. And one thing, if you watched my other video with the AT4 Acadia, I forgot to mention something. It's 10.6 inches longer. You're measuring bumper to bumper. I don't have wheelbase numbers to give you, but overall length, 10.6 inches. 3.2 inches taller, so a little bit of a height increase as well. And here on the front end, you're gonna notice changes. If you watched my video on the AT4, you're gonna have a little more chrome here, actually quite a bit more chrome here. As far as the grille design goes, you're still gonna have that red GMC logo right there. How many of you would like to see something other than that? Maybe a different color? Well, everyone has their preferences. And as we look at the headlight design here with your daytime running lights, your turn signals, everything here, and then you have this area that works its way into the headlights. So what's happening is we have GMC kind of bringing some consistency to the design of the front end of some of these vehicles, as that's going to look a little bit like some of the trucks that are on the market out there as well. Now, as we work our way down, we're going to find fog lights right here. You will have functionality here with everything as far as the grille and all of the openings go. The one thing that's a little bit of a concern right here, if you don't know, the downside, even though gloss black has a real nice kind of an upscale fancy look to it, it also has a tendency to show damage a lot more. People aren't going to necessarily be touching it as much as they might otherwise, but with all the rocks and debris, I might almost have to sound the gong on that. And as we work our way up, a little bit more of that chrome right there. In fact, we'll try and work our way around on this side because we have people talking on that side. And let's talk about tire and wheel size. Might be a little bit of a surprise to you. And the width, it's a little harder to show here, but the width is going to be 275, a 45 series sidewall, and you need a pretty good sized tire because it's wrapped around 22-inch wheels. That's a lot of wheel. Pretty impressive, I must say. We'll work our way up here. Body colored mirror caps. Turn signal indicators built in right there. I know a lot of you like that. That's always a good thing. Obviously power adjustable. And I'll let Carrie come over on this side and show you that you're going to still have your blind spot monitoring built in right there. So I know that's another one of those big pluses, those boxes that everybody wants checked. And combination here, it's kind of hard to see. Combination of the body color, and there is some chrome here on the door handles with the way the lights are and everything, the way everything's reflecting here. It's a little hard to see that here at the Chicago Auto Show. Also, your passive entry. Good news for the parents out there. No matter your kids' ages or friends, whatever the case is you've got passive entry on the front and the rear doors, and you can unlock all four doors from the back door. That's a good thing. An interesting look here with the combination of the silver finish and the gloss black up here on the roof rails. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's kind of a unique thing, not necessarily a bad thing, but that's what you have. And you will have capless fuel fill. Fire marshal makes them tape that off, but underneath there is capless fuel fill. And as we work our way back here, the body colored shark fin antenna on the top and the combination back here, I think it's a little bit more realistic to have the gloss black. So you've got the combination of the body color right here, the gloss black. Personally, I still would like to see that disappear right up here. Personal preference. I like that clean look you're going to get with the rear window when you don't have the rear window wiper exposed. The Denali logo, and then again, that gloss black. I think that's actually a very nice touch. It'll be very interesting to see what people have to say about that. Sometimes I think people disagree just because I said I like it and they say I don't. That's okay if you do. Obviously, gonna have your logos down here. Acadia, gonna have all-wheel drive. That's a good thing. Your GMC logo here. And as we drop down, again, a little bit more of that gloss black. Not as likely to be damaged back here because, well, you're not going to have as much coming up and hitting that area. But one thing I really must say I like that GMC has back here is the quad tip exhaust, 2 on each side. Now that might be a little bit deceptive as to what's under the hood. Even though there's a lot of horsepower, I'm curious to know what you think. Let's talk about it so you can make a decision. All right, here it is in all of its glory, the singular engine option for the 24 Acadia. A turbocharged four-cylinder. Now that doesn't mean that it's weak in horsepower, 328 horsepower, 326 pounds-feet of torque, and it's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, which should make everybody happy. Not really anything unusual where the Acadia is concerned, because you're not going to find a CVT here. Now, a little bit of a treat for you for those who maybe don't watch me regularly, and we're trying to do this more and more and more. And what exactly is that? Well, we're going to come back here to the rear cargo area. Obviously, you have your hands-free power tailgate. You get your first look at the interior here. That looks really nice. You can tow up to 5,000 pounds with the Acadia, but what's your cargo capacity? Well, guess what? I'm not going to give it to you in cubic feet. We're going to innovate a little bit. We're going to give it to you in inches. So how about the width? We're looking at 47 inches of the width. Depth with the rear seats in the upright position is going to be a little over 43 inches. Now, here's what we're going to do. Okay, we'll kill a couple of birds with one stone here. Here are the controls right here for lowering these seats. I wanted to show you that first. Those top two switches are for the middle row seats, the bottom obviously for these third row back here. There's a difference between the two. You can use the switches on the top to lower the middle row seats. You'll have to manually put those back up, but you can use the power function for the rear seats back here, and then I'm going to have to drop those other seats down, and we'll finish dropping these. Okay, and how about measuring to the back of each seat? If you leave the third row up, we're looking at 23 inches to this area right here, and then we're going to measure to where the second row seats, that would be, and then I know it's 86 inches to the back of the front seats, but keep in mind, that's going to vary a little bit depending on where those seats are located. Now, there is one little thing. If I'm going to sound the gong on something, that I want to show you as I tell you about it. Okay, what that thing is, watch this. I'm going to lower the middle row seats flat, and then I'm going to lower these rear seats. Watch what happens. Do you see where they stop? That is something that shouldn't be. And why is that? I'm going to have Carrie meet me over here, and we'll take a look from this area and show you why that problem exists. If the middle row seats are all the way back, guess what? Then that means that you can't move these seats to that flat position, because these seats actually have to be all the way up for that to happen. In fact, I'll leave mine where it is right there and let Carrie just stay where he is, and we'll go ahead and drop that seat all the way down. But you can see what's happening right there. I'm sorry, GMC, but I really have to sound the gong on that. Okay, let's talk about what your second and third row passengers will find. And there are some differences here from the AT4 that we looked at in a previous video to this Denali. And it has to do with what you'll find on the door panel right here. There's ambient lighting there, a little bit more than what we saw across the way. So just one of those things. Armrest here is comfortable. There seems to be plenty of room right there, definitely some large door bins. And as far as the overall design with the patterns here, well, I'd say that looks good. The materials, yeah, kind of question that a little bit. I don't know. We'll see how they hold up over time. It looks more high-end than it feels, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. So, pockets on the rear of the seats here. We'll also have the command center right here for controlling the air conditioner, a couple of USB ports, and a power outlet right there. And if you look up, something that I know will make a lot of you happy. That's going to be the panoramic sunroof. So let's see how I fit in the rear seat area. And on the side of the seat, way down here where the lever is, I'm going to let Carrie show you, is the button that you push to get the seat up and out of the way. In fact, let's see, I think we have to, if I can get that up, there we go. So that moves on up and out of the way. And keep in mind, even though it may seem like I may not have a ridiculous amount of leg space back here, these seats are on tracks where they can be moved back and forth. Nothing unusual, but that is there, so can increase the leg space a little bit, but actually I have quite a bit. Now this seat isn't as far back as it will go, but comfortable here, I think. I could last for a little while. 5'10", Do have some space above my head. And something else that I like having above my head instead of down in this area, air conditioning vents. Those are going to be up here in the roof area. That works out really well. And then when we look over here on the side, we're going to have our USB option right here, and a cup holder, and some space for snacks and whatever else anybody else wants to put there. Now, it'll be easy for Carrie to show you what's on the back of the seat. I'm going to actuate mine by pushing the button right there. I actually have to push it a couple of times. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a design flaw or what it is, but this thing does not seem to be wanting to move forward, so I don't know if that actually works or not. There we go. I had to push that button a few times. Hopefully it's not like that in every vehicle, but if people forget who are in the second row about the third row passengers, or they just don't care or whatever, well, there's the option. There is a pass-through to use as well. Most adults probably aren't going to do that. The kids probably will, but that's the situation. And by the way, you can see that there is plenty of room back here. There is room for 3 people. You can see we have 1, 2, 3 seat belts, so that is room for 3, or seating for 3. I think it would be a little tight, but it could be done. And we'll take a look here into the front seat area. And we'll start with the door panel over there. And again, that ambient lighting continues its way through. The materials definitely look nice, definitely look high-end, and the armrest is still pretty comfortable. You're going to have the very large door bin right there. That's a good thing. Plenty of room for storage right there. I still wish that GMC had done something with this area right here. Even though it looks nice, that could have been used as an upper glove box, or just have an open area right there. It's something we're seeing in more and more vehicles these days. But you will have your traditional glove box down there that never has any gloves in it. I never find gloves in glove boxes. I call them gloveless glove boxes. The biggest area of attraction, I think, is going to be found. Well, before we get to that, let's show this. We're going to show the pass-through right here. I'll let Carrie show you what all is down there. Let's see if I can reach down. There is a 12-volt power outlet right there. Quite a bit of space where that's concerned. Now, you might wonder if that's where the wireless charging pad is. No, it's actually not. It's concealed away right here. Obviously, you can open and close that area. A couple of USB options right there. And if we want to make that look neat and clean, we just push on that and it automatically comes back. And the cup holders right here. And something I really do say was a home run here, I think. The size of the center console here, its height and its width, very useful as an armrest. So a good multitasker. There is a load of space down in there, and a light back here. I don't know how well you can see that. You can kind of see it on my finger right there. So after dark, that's going to be helpful. But the biggest thing that I like here, I'll have Carrie hop on inside the interior here, is going to be this nice large screen. A ton of real estate right there where that is concerned. There is a lot here. I wish I could show you more than I probably can. Let's see what we can do. There we go. We can actually have special thanks to one of the reps from the GMC display here for turning this on for us. But you can see what all is here. Obviously, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You can control your phone wirelessly, pair it wirelessly, I should say. And here are the different colors for your ambient lighting if you were curious about that. Obviously, you can increase or decrease. And Monk, if you're watching, I'm sorry, I'm putting fingerprints on the screen. But you can increase or decrease the brightness right there if you want to, and you can use the plus or minus there if you would like. It does seem that that blue always shows up really well. Let's see what we see with some other colors here. We'll change that a little bit, and let's go to something that's very different. Let's see if that will even come up. I don't know if it will let me do it. Come on, there we go. Go to orange. And that didn't seem to show up quite as well. How about the green? That shows up decently, but since it was on blue earlier, I am just going to leave it right there. Now, you do have all of your controls for the air conditioner and everything right down here. And here, we're going to have our ventilated seats. We're going to have heated, 3 stages of heated seats, and 3 stages of ventilated seats for the driver and the passenger. Quite a bit going on where that is concerned. And I will grab the camera from Carrie here real quick because it's a lot easier to show you what's going on with the digital instrument display. A very nice, modern, and I would say high-tech look. I think GMC has done a nice job there. Also, our steering wheel mounted controls. And one thing I didn't get to show you in the AT4 because we didn't have the ignition turned on, your rear view camera mirrors. So that's going to be another option here. You will have a sunglass holder. That's a good thing. and all of the different features and functionality here for not only your sunroof, but your other features on the upper console as well. So quite a bit going on here. A really nice look with the exterior and the interior. But tell me what you think. Is the 2024 GMC Acadia better than ever? This model, what are your thoughts? We'll get into it a little bit more and do a test drive when we have one show up at Morgan Buick GMC down in Shreveport, where we normally shoot our videos. But for now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. In fact, one more thing I do want to show you right here real quick. Can't demonstrate it here because I can't drive in the convention center here in Chicago, but you do have Super Cruise. That's a good thing. Semi-autonomous driving is here. That's always good if you like that kind of thing. We'll demonstrate that again in the future. It works the same way on all GM vehicles, so if you've seen it in any of my other videos, you know what it is. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel just yet, please consider doing so you don't miss any of our future videos. And if you'd like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and we'll see you there.